There is absolutely nothing that compares to the rush of performing live. Those who've done it will know what I mean. For those who haven't, it's impossible to faithfully describe it, but I'll try. Imagine, if you will, the subtle anticipation begins days before the gig itself, always at the back of your mind that it is coming. The preparations have been made, rehearsals done, guitars restrung, equipment packed, sick days blagged, directions and load-in times sorted, and mates nagged to come. When the fateful day arrives, the entire day revolves around the gig. After meeting up at someone's house, almost always the drummers, for reasons still unknown to science, to cram a truckload of heavy equipment into the back of someone's hatchback, the road trip begins. Side note, despite the popular misconception that musicians are a bunch of work-shy hippies, most of a musician's time is spent lugging, lifting and packing heavy equipment, and we're experts at packing. If you want to know how to get the back line of Wembley Stadium into the back of a Fiat Punto, ask a musician. Anyway, you are now officially off duty from the real world. Your only responsibility in life is to make it to the gig, kick ass, and be awesome. No boss, no dress code, no fixed abode, no rules. Excitable and preferably distasteful banter abounds, and after battling your way through hours of traffic, crap service station sandwiches, and the bass player's 80s metal playlist, you arrive. Everyone else is sitting at work, and yet here you are, ramping the pavement outside the Dog and Whistle on a cold Tuesday afternoon in Camden, not giving a fuck. The frantic load in and move that damn car routine begins, which means parking 5 miles away at the nearest residential area and getting lost. Heart already racing from the manic hurtling of amps and drum kits down dark, dingy stairwells and the panicked reparking of your poor buckled Fiesta, you now enter the calm before the storm. You pick an amp to sit on, and you wait. Every venue is awesome. Despite being a cold, dusty shithole that smells of sweat and bins with sticky floor, peeling walls and electrics that will kill you, to you, it's a thing of beauty, history, and wide-eyed wonderment. 1,000 stickers of previous vagabonds adorn every visible surface, some you recognize, and in this quiet mechanical light of day, the venue is a world apart from the bouncing, beery dungeon of dreams it will become in a few hours' time, illuminated by stage lights. The ones that work. And speaking of lights, they're hot, real hot. Performing under them takes practice in and of itself. For me, arriving at a live music venue is like the smell of a new book. And just like the opening pages of a new book, I see that empty room as a place of imminent new adventure and exploration. As the other bands begin dribbling in and the mysterious sound guy begins huffing and tutting at stuff, the excitement starts to creep in again. At this point, it's all about getting a sound check, because nobody wants the dreaded line check, which means the sound tech will be getting your levels right during your set and nobody will hear the vocals until the third song. If you're lucky and pushy, you'll get a sound check, which means setting up all your equipment and doing a run through. But then there's the problem of what to do with your gear. The stage is barely big enough for one band, and there's 5 on the bill tonight. Creative stacking of amps and sharing of drum kits helps, but the stage area is now reduced by about 80%, meaning that all your awesome rock stagemanship will now have to be confined to a square foot. You've now got half an hour until the doors open, so you stuff another plastic corner shop sandwich in your gob and get battle ready. The question of whether anyone will turn up only feeds the adrenaline and excitement brewing within you as the lights go down and the first band blasts its way through an awful sounding combo of line check and empty room reverb. You watch the clock. In 45 minutes, it's our turn. The minutes take hours, and you pace the room and mentally violate the stage with all the things you're going to do up there when you get your chance. Now there's about 12 people peppered throughout the room, most of them in the other bands, and your phone pings away with the last minute excuses from people unable to make it tonight, man, my leg's fallen off, or whatever. By now, you don't care. Hell, I'm going to sonically smash that empty room to fucking bits. Let me at it. And then, the moment you've been waiting for. Thanks, London. We've been Satan's sphincter, and you've been awesome. We're up. This is the moment the entire day has been building up to. This is what we all came here to do. Thousands of hours of practice, countless calluses, broken strings, punched guitars, bleeding fingers, hand cramps and tears have brought you here. And by now, you don't care that there's hardly anyone watching. This is for you. You need this. As the drummer counts off the first song, a foggy cloud of bliss forms all around you like loving armor, and for the next 25 minutes you're in nirvana. The spiritual kind, not the band. In this moment, you are free. But it's fucking hot under those lights, and trying to contain your pent-up animalistic release in that square foot of doom only adds to the aggression of it all. You're up there together, A gang representing your band and your songs with your comrades. You're possessed and you're fucking blasted. You're allowed to do anything you want up there and people will think it's awesome. Normal society may not get it, but we do. It's a drug. No, I've done drugs and it's way better than that. Sex, perhaps? I guess it's what the quickening feels like in the Highlander. Electrifying, exhausting, sexual, religious. It's an intense, aggressive workout at the gym and a night out clubbing condensed into 25 minutes. A dizzying cocktail of excitement, fear, ego and passion. Complete physical and mental dopamine bath. And then, it's over. Ringing with sweat, heart pounding, body rushing with endorphins. There's no time to crash. You've got to get all your equipment off the stage within 10 minutes so that the next band can get on. Your set may be over, but it's still go, go, go. Before you can chat to anyone, grab a drink or catch your breath, you've got to get your damn stuff out of the way. No one knows where, just get it moved now. But it's dark, there's cables underfoot, things to trip over and drunk people to navigate around while carrying an amp bigger than you. The whole thing is intoxicating. And shit, is that my bag I left up there? Now you'll have to wait until the end before you can leave. Which of course you don't do, because you always watch and support the other bands. You feel like a king, like an undisputed champ, like a rock star. And it feels good. Your body and soul needed that. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually revived. Carrying your collective high home with you, you sink a few beers, rescue your vehicle, do the loadout, stop for late night chips, big each other up, blast more cock rock and fight the inevitable post-gig system crash that always happens when there's still 2 hours of driving to do before finally getting home around 4 a.m. if you don't break down and they haven't closed the roads. The alarm for your day job will go off in 3 hours, but you can't sleep. You play to 12 people, it cost you money and a day off work to do it, and now you'll be dead all day. Was it worth it? I told you it was impossible to explain.